going on, guys? Giz here, bringing you a brand new video, and today we're going to be projecting the scores, and I'm going to tell why and everything for the divisional round of the playoffs. So today it is actually Saturday. Right now it's 11 o'clock at 4:30. Yeah, 4:30. The Seahawks and the Falcons will play. So I guess I'm gonna start off with the Seahawks and Falcons, and then work my way up. And actually, the Steelers and Chiefs game got moved from 1 o'clock to 8:20 because of weather conditions. So we just get to watch a night game for the Steelers, which actually is awesome because I feel like they play better in prime time. But anyways, we're going to start off with the Seahawks and Falcons. Seahawks and Falcons, I am projecting the Falcons to win this one because I think the Seahawks have a great defense and all, but I think their offense has looked not so great towards the end of the season. I didn't think their offense looked too good. I think they lost like 3 of their last 5 games. And actually we can look that up right now just to make sure so we can see it. Sorry about my keyboard. Wait. No, I want to see their 2016 schedule. 2016 record. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they went 10-5-1. I forget who they tied with. Yeah, okay, so this will tell us literally, like, hey, they lost to and stuff. Okay, so they beat the Panthers. Well, see, that's the thing. They did beat the Patriots, which was a really good game. But then they played the Eagles. They beat the Eagles. Buccaneers beat them. They beat the Panthers. Packers smoked them. Seahawks beat the Rams. Then they lost to the Cardinals. And they barely beat the Seahawks. And so I'm trying to think. Yeah, so they lost 2 of the last 5 games, but all 3 of those games they won were against bad teams, and they barely beat the 49ers, which was the worst team in the NFL this year. Well, I guess you could say the Browns are, but I think the Browns were better than the 49ers, honestly, in my opinion. So that's what I think about that. So yeah, that's why I'm going with the Falcons on that one. Then the Texans and Patriots. This one I don't really have to talk much about. The Patriots are probably going to blow the Texans out, in my opinion. It's not for sure that that's what's going to happen, but I feel like the Patriots are just a complete better team here. I think the only reason the Texans made the playoffs is because their division sucks. They have the worst division in football, I think. So that's why that happens. I'm just going to go with the Patriots on that one. I don't really have to talk much about that one. But then we go over to the Packers and the Cowboys, and this is probably, like, 2 games on Sunday are probably going to be the best games, in my opinion, and I think that I'm going to go with the Packers again over the Cowboys, and the reason I say Packers is because I just think Aaron Rodgers has been on fire. I think he's completed, or not completed, I think he's had, like, since the week they won, like, 8 games in a row. I'm pretty sure he hasn't thrown 1 interception, and he's got like 28 touchdowns or something like that. So he's been on fire, and I feel like they're not going to be able to stop Aaron Rodgers, although their defense has played really good. I think that's going to be a really good game. And I think that the Packers will be able to contain Ezekiel Elliott. Now, I think he'll still might have like 2 touchdowns, but I think they can hold him enough to where he can't win the game for him. And I think they can slow Dak Prescott down with their pretty good defense. And they have pretty good pass rushers too, so I think that'll help out. And then, so that's why I have to go with the Packers on that one. I just feel like Aaron Rodgers has been on fire mostly, and I just don't think they're going to be able to stop Aaron Rodgers, even though they don't have Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson got injured, but they still have Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. Pretty sure they still have Richard Rodgers. I don't know if he starts anymore, though. I don't remember exactly, but Randall Cobb had 3 touchdowns last week, and I was pretty positive they were going to win that too against the Giants. But Then we go over to the Steelers versus Chiefs. The Steelers versus Chiefs game. Now, I am a Steelers fan, and I think this is probably going to be the best game of the playoffs, in my opinion. I think this is going to be the best game. Because in my opinion, I feel like whoever wins this game is who's going to go to the Super Bowl for the AFC side. I don't think the Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl. Just because I'm not honestly completely sure. I'll probably explain that in next week's video on who I think is going to go to the Super Bowl, obviously. But the Steelers vs. Chiefs game, week 4, I think it was week 4, the Steelers versus Chiefs played, and the Steelers beat them, I think, let's see, look it up. I'm pretty sure the Steelers beat them by pretty sure the Steelers beat them by like 37 points. It was a really bad game. No, it was like 43-14, actually. Week 4. Yeah, 43-14. So that game was a blowout. Like that, we smoked the Chiefs. And honestly, they didn't have Justin Houston nor Jamal Charles, but the Jamal Charles didn't really end up mattering because they don't even start him now, and he's not injured anymore. They start Spencer Ware. So I'm definitely that's one of the things that I'm not completely sure about because they didn't have Justin Houston. But if you go back and watch the Week 4 post-game highlights right there, you can just click on it and watch it. The Steelers just looked really good, and that's what we're going to need from Big Ben. Big Ben's going to have to play really good. And Le'Veon Bell had a pretty good game that game, if I'm for sure. I think he had like 122 yards, and I think he had like a touchdown. Or no, he didn't have any touchdowns. He just had 122 yards and like 47 receiving yards or something. So that one I'm going to have... this is a tougher one because I feel like this is the best game of the playoffs. And I feel like the Steelers and the Chiefs are both... I think the Chiefs, in my opinion, are the best team in the playoffs. Like out of NFC... Well, no, I think they're the second best. I think Packers are the best team in the playoffs right now. I think the second best is the Chiefs. So, I think the Chiefs, it's going to be hard for the Steelers to beat them. And I'm hoping they do beat them. I think it's going to be a really good game. But as long as we have a good defense like we did against the Dolphins. Like, I know we played the Dolphins and they had a backup quarterback and everything. So, it's not really a big surprise we won that game. But our defense did look really good. And I have a feeling our defense can play good enough to beat the Chiefs there too. And our offense has always been good. And if we can have a pretty explosive offense like we did against the Dolphins, the Dolphins were missing like their whole secondary though too. They didn't have like any of their starting secondary, so it kind of sucked for them. That's why we just ran all over them. Plus Le'Veon Bell played great. So if Le'Veon Bell can get 100 yards or more, receiving and rushing, if we can get 100 yards or more, I feel like that is... Because I actually looked at the statistics and stuff about that, and with Le'Veon Bell rushing for 100 yards or more, they won every game except for one. So, him rushing 100 yards to as 50 is going to be like, it's going to help us a lot in that. So, as long as Le'Veon Bell can play good, we can get some good passes downfield and get a couple explosive plays, and we can stop Spencer Ware. We're gonna have to stop Spencer Ware. We need to like sack Alex Smith. Alex Smith is gonna be a big guy. We're gonna have to, because he can make good passes. And then Jeremy Maclin really hasn't done all that great this year because I had him on my fantasy team, so I can't. Tyreek Hill, we're gonna have to stop him. Our special teams and defense is really gonna have to focus on stopping him because he can run the ball, he can receive the ball, and he can run punt returns and kick returns back. So he's going to be a big guy we're going to have to stop if we're going to want to beat the Chiefs. So I feel like it's going to be kind of tough, but I feel like beating the Chiefs is definitely a good possibility. I think that's the best game of the week, like I said. So I think I'm going to have to go with the Steelers winning this one because I do feel like we can stop Tyreek Hill and we can stop passing on their side. So I think our offense is good enough to score touchdowns when we need it, because I just feel like I honestly think that we have probably top 5 offense. So I think we're going to beat the Chiefs. I think we'll be all good on that, and then I think we'll end up playing the Patriots next week, and I'll talk about that in my next week's video. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.